Very, very critical right now is what is happening at Kwabra.
The Galamsey Action Group says if government does not sustain efforts to curb the menace, water bodies and livelihoods remain under threats.
So concerns have been raised about the vicious extractive-led development approach, which is also a threat to the environment as we see it. But 3 people have been arrested by the military command in the Ashanti region for illegal possession of military accoutrement. Also, the 3 were arrested at a mining site in the Manson Kwanta enclave when they were allegedly extorting money from some miners.
The Ashanti Regional Security Liaison, retired Colonel Kofi Arthur, the 3 men on Wednesday, September 8, drove in 2 SUVs with registration numbers GE 712219 and GR 130316, were allegedly extorting money from miners in the Manson Kwanta enclave. The 3 are Collins Enin, Oben Daniel, and Edward Akwesi Anoche, were arrested by a combined police-military patrol team. They were sent and kept in the military custody after the 3 disclosed they were military men.
Apparently, they said they were anti-Galamsey task force, but they were also collecting money. And when they were accosted in the afternoon, around 1400 or 2 p.m., they said they were military men from National Security. And when the message came in through the GOC, I instructed that they should be arrested for us to know whether truly they are military men, and if they are military men, who send them or deploy them to the general area.
Retired Colonel Kofi Arthur also stated that the recently outdoored security task force by the Deputy Minister of Lands and Natural Resources in Kumasi has been disbanded.
When we saw this innovation of task force on the social media, I sent a message to my headquarters in the Accra National Security Secretariat, and I was informed that the task force is illegal. Nobody sent anybody to inaugurate any task force, and that they should stop operation. And if they don't, and we see them, we should apprehend them and forward them to the appropriate headquarters for investigation. So far as I know, there's no task force if there is illegal.
Let's now go to the camp of the PNC, and the acting national chairman and leader of the PNC, Bala Maikankan, and the suspended General Secretary, Janet Nabla, were stopped from entering the party office. Some men who were on the premises said they were instructed by the embattled leader and 2020 presidential candidate, David Apasara, to lock and guard the place.
The acting national chairman and leader of the party, Bala Maikankan, arrived at the party office at noon.
As you can see, the main door of the party office has been closed. It means that they don't want the acting chairman or the leader of the party to work, so they are preventing me not to work.
The situation led to a confrontation as he vented his anger on one of the men he suspected to have had the keys. Both Bala and Janet proceeded to the Kotobabi police station to lodge a complaint.
They use their own authority, that's David Apasara and then Moses Dadiba, with the macho men to break the General Secretary's office. Even my own office, because I happen to have my own office at the premises.
Today I'm at the police station. I'm doing the right thing to follow the processes. If the police are not ready to help me, I will take matters into my own hands.
The police then moved to the party office. Calm was however restored as the police invited the feuding parties to the district headquarters to resolve the matter. They agreed that the police lock the party office until the issues are completely settled. But David Apasara said he is still in charge as leader of the party.
The police are saying we should resort to the court and let the court be the rightful place to adjudge the situation. I still hold myself as the leader of the party, and my chairman is Honorable Moses Daniba. We are still in control of the party.
But Janet Nabla and Bala Maikankan disagreed.
The outgoing leader, because he's losing, is now taking everybody to court. We all need peace. No one wants war. Peace have to reveal. So if the courts happen to be the way forward to sort our own issue, Why not?
We are not satisfied with the resolution that they took the keys away from us because they have been removed. It is like in the Bible, you know, King Solomon had to judge a case between someone who had his real daughter and the other one whose daughter died. The one whose daughter died said, divide the child into two. Today, Apasara and Hadia are saying that they should take the keys away. They should. And then I was expecting the commander to know that these people is true, they are not the legitimate people. That is why they are saying that take the keys away, take the keys away. If they were legitimate, they wouldn't have done that.
Meanwhile, David Apasara has sued Janet Nabla, Bella Maikankan, and 14 other executives of the party for misconduct.
Wow. So it's clear that the drama in the PNC is not ending anytime soon. But away from that, some very worrying news we're hearing. Father of the teenage girl who is receiving treatment after being allegedly raped and shot by Fulani herdsmen at Goma, ADZINTEM in the central region is unable to pay for his daughter's 1,000 cedis medical bail. Stanley Bleu reports the girl, who has been discharged from the Portson Polyclinic, can only leave the facility after clearance of the said 1,000 cedis outstanding bail.
It's been 2 weeks since 4 nomadic herdsmen allegedly attacked, raped, and shot a 13-year-old girl and inflicted deep-cut wounds on her father at ADZINTEM. The girl's condition has improved, with the wounds sustained on the hand and abdomen fast healing. The police administration is, however, yet to offer psychological support to the victim.
I hate men because what they subjected me to hurt me so much.
That he hasn't got funds to settle some of the bills, but as a hospital, as a healthcare facility, we have not looked so much at that angle because it is a matter of emergency. So right away we hit the road running. We gave out the treatment that ought to be have given out to where I just discussed that we've gotten to. Now, if she's going to be out of this place, it means that she would have to settle the bill so that we can continue to give care to any other emergency that might come through. So we expect that the bills should be settled.
Finance officer at the Portson Polyclinic, Nicholas Pinkrat, said discharging patients with unsettled bills affects the running of the facility.
In this case, in the instance where we treat the person and the person couldn't make the financial obligations, we refer the case to the social welfare for them to take it up. So they will come and do the assessment and all that, then they will take it from there.
The girl's father, Daniel Akumkwe, who has lost his job, said pledges made to them are yet to be fulfilled.
Like 1 year, 5 months since she was here.
It's been over a year since I lost my wife. I struggled to provide for their needs even before the incident, and this has worsened my already bad financial situation.
Meanwhile, the Kaswa of Angkor Magistrate Court has remanded the suspect into police custody to reappear in court on September 29.
Well, that's an unfortunate situation over there. But let's focus on Guinea because security analyst and director at the Faculty of Academic Affairs Research at the Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center, Professor Kwesi Enin, has tasked ECOWAS to use all instruments at their disposal to assess the behavior of its leaders in peacetime to avoid military intrusions and reversals of democracy. He spoke to my colleague Nancy Vukania.
The sub-region has been recently plagued with an attempted coup in Niger, a successful one in Mali, and on September 5 in Guinea. Professor Ening believes the demands from ECOWAS should not and would not be met despite sanctions.
I do share the frustrations and the pain of the people of Guinea that the international community stood aside and praised Mr. Conte, whilst he failed to comply with the norms and values inherent in the ECOWAS instruments that he had signed onto. Unconstitutional change of government can also result from changing the constitution to run for a third term. That is not acceptable. It is not only when the military takes power that we need to step in. ECOWAS and its leaders must use the instruments at their disposal to mediate the behavior of some of these people.
He believes the agenda for the ECOWAS fact-finding mission to Guinea is weak, and the clear option for Guinea should be a transitional process similar to that of Mali. He adds West African leaders must act to protect the youthful unemployed demographic to avoid militarily influenced appraisals.
Such a mission ought to have been in Guinea when this man attempted to change the constitution and to run for a third term. What we are seeing is a failure on the part of our multilateral agencies to trigger the preventive mechanisms to ensure that we ought not to have come this far. It's not only Guinea where people have changed the constitution to run for a third term. There are other countries, and ECOWAS has kept quiet.
The ECOWAS has suspended Guinea's membership days after a military coup that removed President Alpha Conde.
We need to be talking bread and butter issues. And those bread and butter issues are best talked about when we have democratic governments that are responsive, dialogic, inclusive, and seek to listen and to ameliorate the pains and the challenges faced by the people of the sub-region. A narrow desire to hang on to power through constitutional manipulation just worsens the tensions and creates opportunities for all kinds of dangerous people and groups to exploit them.
Meanwhile, 80 political prisoners have been released, while the whereabouts of ousted President Alpha Conde is still unknown.
In more news tonight, Vice President Dr. Bawumia says government will support the Ghana Institute of Management and Public Administration, GIMPA, in the provision of infrastructure. He gave the assurance at the investiture of Professor Kweku Bunsu as rector of the institute.
I, Professor Samuel Kweku Bunsu,
do in the name of the Almighty God swear.
Do in the name of the Almighty God swear.
Professor Samuel Kweku Bunsu has been a lecturer of GIMPA for the past 10 years. He later rose to the acting position as rector for the institute until he was confirmed as director. He had also been a visiting lecturer and scholar to numerous universities, including Simon Fraser University.
Professor Samuel Kweku Bunsu.
Director Professor Samuel Kweku Bunsu said under his tenure, GIMPA will raise the needed revenue to improve on academic work. He also emphasized on rolling out a massive infrastructure drive.
In the next few weeks, I plan to constitute 2 or 3 committees of experts to consider some radical ideas on institutional reorganization and to report on how GIMPA can be made more efficient. I expect consideration of radical possibilities to put us ahead of the trends in higher education in Ghana and beyond. And I hope to receive and consider the committee's reports before the end of the year, so that Council can consider whatever comes out of those assessments for implementation consideration early in the next year.
Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia assured government commitment to supporting the infrastructure.
You have already signaled that you have a number of issues that you want to deal with, but you know you are always welcome to the Jubilee House. So you will come and we will discuss some of these issues, including infrastructure, as your chairman of the governing board council has already said.
The Ghana Institute of Management and Public Administration, GIMPA, has been off government subvention for the past 20 years.
Well, let's talk about the reward for some good deeds, shall we? Malcolm Care Foundation has awarded Inspector Theophilus Anan of the Accra Regional Police Command for providing financial support to other officers. Guess what? The Outstanding Police Award initiative is to support devoted personnel who render exceptional services to the public.
Inspector Theophilus Anan was awarded for making a tremendous impact in the lives of police personnel in the entire country. As a coordinator of the National Welfare Officer Steering Committee, the officer has personally visited over 330 police officers at major hospitals and individual homes nationwide while paying medical expenses on behalf of the committee, as well as make donations in partnership with other regional caucus.
to soften life a bit, make things more convenient, provide needs, satisfy needs as much as we can, so that they also know that they spend money at Melcom, but Melcom appreciates them at the community level, the individual level, at the school, institutional, all of that. That's our commitment.
The acting director of communications, ACP Kwesifori, noted that the service is introducing new reforms in policing.
The police now have capability of policing our major roads and cities electronically, and that we are determined to bring sanity on our roads. The bottom line of this exercise is to reduce the massive deaths and injuries that we witness on our roads countrywide.
Malcolm, as a flourishing enterprise in Ghana, believes peace and security are essential in the operational environment of any business.
Well, that was a good gesture over there for the police officer. You're watching News360 live from the News Hub. And Alfred, what do we have?
We have Dela Michelle coming up with the business news up next. Do stay.
I'm going to interview Zuzum right here in my house. Hey!
Look up there. Why are you using inferior pen?
It was a mistake. I no check.
Acrobat 2. I'm going to knock you out.
I know, sir.
You deserve quality.
Don't make mistakes. Stop!
You did the right thing.
When you are going to buy a paint, don't look left, don't look right. Go straight and grab the luxury acrylic paint. No be any painting be paint.
The luxury acrylic paint.
Paint me champion.
Mommy.
Mama Josie.
Fe.
Different era, better result. Time has changed and time has brought Kel Choco toothpaste, healthy gums, anti-cavity, fresher breath, and it whitens teeth. Kel Choco toothpaste, Sankofa.
Yenchi, Kel Choco toothpaste.
Happy smile.
Are they still coughing? In our days, cough couldn't survive in our house. When we hear one, we mix and grind akakadru and we to treat it, but thankfully we now have honey cough.
Introducing the new honey cough, a non-drowsy herbal cough syrup made with honey and extracts of herbal origins such as ginger, basil, long pepper, violet, and licorice. Effective for relief from cough, sore throat, and throat irritation. New honey cough clears coho away.
Mama, I feel good.
Manufactured and distributed by NS Chemist Limited. This advertisement is FDA approved.
I love football. Football can be a dirty game on or off the pitch. Even when I'm trying to score at a party, stains find a way of tracking me down. But I don't worry at all because I have Cleansoft. Use new Cleansoft 360 Deep Clean, a unique formula with active ingredients and enzymes that gets rid of all stubborn stains and leaves your clothes smelling wonderful.
Cleansoft, my favorite.
Cleansoft 360 Deep Clean, clean all.
Introducing Nestle Milo All-in-One Nutrimix. The goodness of malt, milk and cocoa in Milo, and even more milk. Just add to water and enjoy the perfect cup of winning energy. Milo! Milo! This advertisement has been vetted and approved by...
day-by-day men, strong and refined. The skincare you deserve. Dream.
Junior, the cleaning day, the working day, the holiday. Shop smart and get everyday low prices at Jumia. Home Busiano, say a cleaning day, working day, and a holiday. She should be out there. I would spend my head to say him, Junior, your everyday living.
Brought to you by MTN, Roma and Royal,
West Hills Reach Property, Eden Heights,
Universal Merchant Bank,
Lufat.
And it's now time to do some business news right here on News 360 with me, Della Michelle. And let's go into our very first story for tonight. The transit traffic at the port of Takoradi has reduced by 70%, recording 2,244 metric tons for the first quarter of 2021. This against a 34,022 tons backed the same period last year. Now, the situation is affecting transit trade and revenue generation. The General Manager, Corporate Affairs and Marketing of the Ghana Port and Harbours Authority, Esther Jebi Donko, spoke to Josephine Ntwie on this worrying development.
The port of Takoradi last year recorded 34,022 metric tons of transit traffic in the first quarter, compared to 2,244 metric tons, failing to achieve its targeted of 34,183 metric tons. Transshipment traffic for the same period reduced to 8,960 metric tons from 21,505 in 2020. Transit containers, however, grew with a target of 92 to 101.
There's been a reduction in the export of manganese because, government policy to regulate the quantity of manganese that is exported within certain periods. We also have a challenge in Takoradi with our transit cargo. We used to have some of these clients from Burkina Faso who were bringing in the clinker, but then they were having a number of issues. They have to put tracking device on all of the cargo, and that was becoming too expensive for them. And so we tried to address it, but we couldn't resolve it by the time we realized they are gone.
Being the third highest revenue generation in the country, there are fears the Ports and Harbours Authority would miss this year's target.
What is the authority going to do in this particular instance with Takoradi situation?
It is not straightforward to deal with. And so all we can do is to bring it to their attention, continue to engage them, try to convince them to see the fact that this whole trade is very sensitive, and we have the competitors all around us. Lome, Abidjan are our main ones.
The authority has projected 34,183 metric tons of traffic for this year.
The Institute of Economic Affairs, IEA, has attributed the high interest on loans to government's growing appetite for borrowing. At an IEA forum, the Director of Research, Dr. John Kwache, called for pragmatic steps to end the cycle.
Data from the Bank of Ghana reveals that interest rates by most commercial banks are still very high. 17 out of 23 commercial banks currently demand average lending rates that give them at least 5% interest.
Bank of Ghana's financial assessments confirm the high profitability of the banking industry along with other strong financial stability indicators. So the banking system is strong, is profitable, is healthy. But if this is the case because you are sitting on these very high lending rates and spreads, and it's not coming mainly from the fact that you are more efficient, I have a problem with that as an economist, because it looks like you are passing on your inefficiencies to borrowers.
He outlined some recommendations.
Bank of Ghana should regulate the spread between the lending rate and the monetary policy rate, not control it. Now, this will force banks to follow the monetary policy rate more closely and keep their lending rates within certain bounds.
The Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Association of Bankers, Johnny Wa, said government cannot blame commercial banks for high lending rates, even in the face of a reduced policy rate.
When rates or market rates have come down, the lending rates have followed. And if you trend the last 5 years, you see clearly that the bank lending rates have reduced from upwards of 28-29%, and now we are talking about 20%. A lot of banks are lending to good customers at below 20%. So it is a matter that I think we have not sold our story properly, and I think the general rhetoric has been lending rates are at some levels that are unmanageable.
Away from that, the Roads and Highways Minister, Kwesi Amoako-Attah, has employed locals to form partnership to enable them bid for multinational contracts. The sector minister, who made the observation at the 2021 National Infrastructure Summit here in Accra, acknowledged the diverse opportunities under the AFCFTA, encouraging stakeholders to take charge and salvage the continent from its infrastructure deficit.
Infrastructural deficit is one of the biggest factors holding back the growth and development of many countries across Africa. Though the inception of the African Continental Free Trade Area has been touted as a game changer, many industries are yet to maximize economic benefits. The 2021 Infrastructure Summit by the Ghana Chamber of Construction Industry, among other things, sought to identify prevailing opportunities under the African Continental Free Trade Area and position itself to take full advantage. Roads and Highways Minister Kwesi Amoako-Attah employed stakeholders to form a united front and compete fairly with foreign companies.
Africa is getting late, if not already late. And for how long can we continue to blame the white man? The construction industry can take the lead, and all of us must follow to salvage Africa from its present infrastructural deficiencies. We can't do it. It can't start from Ghana. It can't start with this chamber.
Executive Director of the West African Federation of Engineering Organizations, Kwabena Japon, said the industry has what it requires to transform economies.
It's important that, first and foremost, the uptake, should be good. The awareness should be created, and then people should know how they position themselves, how they prepare themselves to be able to take advantage of the opportunities that AFTA is going to bring to the Ghanaian.
Chairman of the Ghana Chamber of Construction Industry, Emmanuel T. Mate, explained that the chamber is ready to complement government effort in infrastructure development.
It's also intended to complement government, go closer to government and try and have discussions, conversations with government as to what we can do and some of the challenges that we foresee, how together with government we can circumvent some of those problems and challenges so that from Ghana's side, we'll be ready.
The summit was under the theme, the African Continental Free Trade Area project financing and the construction industry in Ghana, myths or reality.
And that's all we have for you for the world of business tonight. My name is Della Michelle. There's more business news available on 3news.com. Up next is the latest in the world in sports with the man, Yao Ofusulabi. Stay with us.
Today we have a very big surprise for all of you. You get a sonata. You get a sonata. You get a sonata. You get a sonata. Sonata. You get a sonata. You get a sonata. And you can get get a Sonata too.
Everyone's excited about the MTN Act 25 promo. Just keep using your MTN number and talk, text, browse, and more to gain points, and you could win one of 25 Hyundai Sonata vehicles and cash prizes each month in the MTN Act 25 promo. Dial *156# today and begin your journey to win big.
Hey, man, try.
Only on MTN. Everywhere you go. Terms and conditions apply.
UMB Speed Up presents 10 steps to stay safe. If you can, stay home. Wash your hands regularly with soap under running water. Keep alcohol-based hand sanitizer close for frequent use. If you must go out, maintain a safe distance of at least 1 meter from the next person. Cough or sneeze with your mouth and nose covered with tissue, or bend your elbow while doing so. Avoid handshakes or hugs. Keep a mental note of people you have come into contact with or places you've been to. Avoid touching your face with unwashed hands. Drink a lot of fluids and boost your immune system with fruits and vegetables. Bank whenever, wherever with UMB Speed Up. UMB Speed Up. Digibank, let's go.
The show was a jar of bar and then dim.
The groom is sick.
What?
Malaria.
Malaria. Lufat.
In Jija, woman malaria and kawan to them. Lufat, a malaria drop a cope.
And now you may kiss the bride.
Entrance Pharmaceuticals and Research Center. And I Lufat. Lufat, a 2 malaria sententem. FDA, Akasa, a Jedi Kratway Ajatum say.
Do your gums hurt? Yeah. Does your toothpaste contain sage, eucalyptus, myrrh, chamomile? All that in one toothpaste? Yes, try Colgate Herbal. Colgate Herbal contains nature's best herbs and Colgate's fluoride technology to give you strong teeth and healthy gums. Colgate Herbal for strong teeth and healthy gums naturally. Now introducing new Colgate Charcoal Gentle Clean for a naturally fresh and clean mouth. This advert is FDA approved.
Shed your rumor to me.
Tonton master, a baby manamo. She's so madahati. Roma insecticide spray at that Roma. Entafre, entatia, make a cheha. No way. Shemikuno and Tonton Bako crown fanamo. And also a pussy. Roma insecticide spray and mosquito crab. And I would there we a show. Roma,
Roma and Tonton Master.
Segment is brought to you by
Cal Kids Toothpaste.
Hello, good evening. Now time to do sports here on News 360. My name is Yao Ofosula. Now, football in the VOLTA region has a new lease of life after the formation of the VOLTA Rangers Football Club. The club's main focus is to bring back the good old days of great football weekends in Ho, and they're on the right path to achieving that dream. There's more in the following report. It is a humid morning, and the VOLTA Rangers are just about to wrap up their morning training session at Kojobi, a small suburb in Ho, a few meters northeast from where the Adaklu Mountain stands. This morning's session is ball work. The players are all focused on the job. VOLTA region's capital, Ho, has lacked a big-name football club for years since Voradep went down 22 years ago. The football atmosphere has not quite been the best, and the town has not had that major economic and social vibrancy top-level football gives to communities. The VOLTA Rangers Football Club was formed last year to bridge that gap, and so far they have done well in providing hope that top-level football could be back in the region again soon. The VOLTA Volta Rangers have garnered an incredible number of fans in the very short time they've been in existence. It is 3:30 p.m. on a Monday in Hull, and the stadium is already filled to the brim. Each one of the fans wanting to catch a glimpse of their team. The Division 2 Middle League is on, and qualification to the Division 1 League has become an aspiration, one that hangs over every player's head.
Every individual player here is trying to put up his best, and as you put up your best too, it will benefit the club as well, and we play as a team. So our common objective that we are all having is to qualify the team to the first division.
As a player, in every step and every stage you need to progress. So our determination is just to progress to the next level. So we are just determined and working hard. We are just focusing on whatever we are doing. We came here for a mission, and I think at the end the mission will be accomplished.
The Volta Rangers play some of the best football in the region, conquering teams, picking up points and maintaining high standards. Much of the style and panache the team plays with is indicative of who they have as coach. Richard Ken has managed fledgling football clubs across the country for many years, and now in Hull, he wants to leave his imprint on the club.
My first aim is to qualify them to the Division 1. It's not, I know the journey we started very well. It's not going to be easy, but I believe in my boys and I trust them. It's not going to be much difficult for us in achieving those targets.
The club is properly managed. Signing sponsorship deals is not a characteristic of clubs in lower tier leagues, but they seem to have that on lock. It has been a long time coming, and if the chips fall in the right place, Hull will be bustling with activity again on the weekends, like it did in days past when football was at its highest peak. From the capital of the Volta region, Yao Fusulabi for TV3 News. Well, as more stories, and coaches of the 18 Ghana Premier League clubs are participating in a 3-day capacity building workshop organized by the Ghana Football Association in partnership with UEFA Assist at the Ghana Football Association Secretariat. Now, the workshop is aimed at capacity building, match day conduct and other essential areas of the game ahead of the upcoming season. The work is also encouraging the coaches to avail themselves to the media for marketing and promotional purposes before and after games. The UEFA Assist team is led by Eva Pesquier, the head of international relations at UEFA and the UEFA Assist program. Well, let's gather the day's sports news in there. And Jerome Boateng has denied assault in court, and the German footballer Jerome Boateng appeared in court over allegations he assaulted his ex-girlfriend during a dispute in 2018. Now, prosecutors have accused the 2014 World Cup winner of willful bodily harm, but the 33-year-old has denied the allegations. Well, also in some more, FIFA has no basis to ban Brazilian players. That's what Liverpool have said. And Liverpool believe FIFA has no basis to ban Premier League clubs from selecting South American players who were not allowed to go on international duty. FIFA had invoked Article 5 to block Premier League clubs from selecting Brazilian players who they refused to release for the recent international friendlies. Well, now Japan have also withdrawn as Club World Cup host, and they pulled out of hosting the Club World Cup in December because of the COVID-19 restrictions in the country. Now, FIFA said the Japanese Football Association told them on Thursday that it is no longer in a position to host the competition. Well, still on some more, an 8-time Olympic champion Usain Bolt says it's too late for a comeback, but admits he has got that itch for a dramatic return to the sport. The Jamaican ended his glittering career in 2017, but says he was tempted by a possible return for the Tokyo Games. Well, that's all the sports news this evening here on News 360. My name is Yao Ofusulabi. There's more sports news on 3news.com. Stay tuned.
Welcome to Dewa NLA 539 direct draw results, coming to you live from the Brennan Hall of the National Lottery Authority. The winning numbers for tonight's draw are... Congratulations to all Dewa NLA 539 direct winners for tonight. See you same time tomorrow. Be the next winner. Simply dial *446# and select option 1 to play Dewa NLA 539 direct. You can also play at selected Lotto kiosks across the country. Dewa NLA 539 direct. Afa winning no. It's show. Kale, yeah, con direct. Now what's this saying? With Dewa NLA 539 direct, you only have to select up to 5 numbers from 1 to 39. To play, dial *446# across all mobile networks and select option 1. With a minimum of 2 Ghana cedis, you can bet on direct 1. Match the first number and win 20 times your stake. Direct 2. Match 2 numbers and win 45 times your stake. Direct 3. Match 3 numbers and win 400 times your stake. Direct 4. Match 4 and win 5,000 times your stake. Direct 5. Match all 5 numbers to win 50,000 times your stake. The more you play, the more you win. Look out for the draw results on TV3 News at 7 p.m. Win easy, win every day with Dewa NLA 539 direct. Afa, winning no, it choke.
Have you gone through the engagement list?
Yes, ma'am.
So you saw the 15 boxes of Jamal soap you had to buy?
Yes, ma'am.
Cancel it. Make it 45.
Hey!
Jamal Soap, your partner for clean clothes, introducing new Jamal washing powder, available in a shop near you. This advert is FDA approved.
Jumia Day for the family, the cleaning day, the working day, the holiday. Shop smart and get everyday low prices at Jumia. Jumia, your everyday delivery. Jumia wo home busiano, say ye cleaning day, working day, and a holiday. She deal be a wope. E wo Jumia so. Shop wo Jumia. Na nyama ya tete to say him. Jumia, your everyday delivery.
To believe in you. We are changing, so should you. If you're dreaming, don't be afraid. And in the valleys, keep your head up high. Dare to dream with Puma drinks. Puma, yeah. Believe it, you can achieve. Puma, oh yeah. Clap your hands for the whole new vibe. Make we start the blue. Oh yeah, come alive. Let me hear you.
Puma drinks, a whole new vibe. Another quality product from Casa Precon.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
So that mom can be able to open the door. This is it.
Listen to the door.
Here's my little brother doing something special. He's setting the camera up with another bright idea. Let's just open the door. This is it. Yay! Mom, I got this.
Now you can be part of the extraordinary world of endless possibilities on Vodafone. With the best value and amazing data offers and services available in Ghana, your dreams are achievable. Get more for less with Vodafone data. Vodafone. Together we can.
Welcome back. On the international front, dozens of international passengers, including UK citizens, have flown out of Kabul in the first such flight since the US forces left the country. The Qatar Airways charter flight landed in the Qatari capital, Doha, on Thursday.
Dozens of international passengers, including UK citizens, have flown out of Kabul in the first such flight since US forces left the country. The Qatar Airways charter flight landed in the Qatari capital, Doha, on Thursday, with a second flight due on Friday. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken urged help with evacuations during a recent visit to Qatar. Hundreds of Afghan citizens who had helped the U.S. military were unable to get out in last month's U.S. airlift. Reuters news agency reports that 113 people were on board the plane. UK Foreign Secretary Dominic Raab said 13 British citizens had arrived in Doha and thanked Qatar for facilitating the flight.
There's more international news on 3news.com. Let's go for the entertainment news. Anita is standing by.
You buy Puma Drinks.
In entertainment this evening, Kitty's hit single Touch It, which is off his latest Golden Boy album, has made its debut on Billboard's World Digital Song Sales at number 20. This follows a new statistic released by Charts Ghana, which has the same single charting in many countries. Touch It is challenging songs on the chart in countries such as Netherlands, India, Kenya, New Zealand, and the United Arab Emirates. His Golden Boy album is also leading in over 9 countries. Congratulations going out to Kitty. Now, Ghanaian-based Cameroonian singer OBASE-ABOLI is on a mission to pursue African unity through his craft. Now, he was in Ghana with his latest album, Ujazuma Africa, which infuses different languages and music genres across the African continent, all in a bid to achieve his dream.
I realized that I could put up a speech for 1 hour, the best speech, or say anything or do anything. He wouldn't communicate a message as much as if I had to do it through music. So I thought that maybe that was the best way that I had to, impact the world in my own very little way, through music.
Meet OBASE-ABOLI, a Ghanaian-based Cameroonian Afrofusion singer and songwriter who has carved a niche for himself as a true Pan-Africanist and motivational musician. Inspired by other great African legendary musicians, OBASE is in a class of its own with his ability to infuse different African languages and music genres with a xylophone.
I try as much as possible not to copy anybody. I read a lot about Fela. Don't get me wrong. I follow Wiala and they inspire me, but I don't try to be the next of them. But genuinely, what makes it unique and makes everybody amazed is the fact that we're seeing somebody who is called OBASE-ABOLI who doesn't sound like anybody else.
After years of persistence, OBASE-ABOLI has finally released a 10-track album titled Ujazuma Africa. The Afrofusion singer held a listening session with some industry influencers, top radio and TV show hosts and pundits in Ghana. The album comes with songs like Africa, Elaka Oboso, meaning move on, and Banaba Africa, Children of Africa.
It took us like 2 years or a little more, particularly because of the advent of COVID-19. In a way it slowed things down for us. In a way it gave us more time, to put much more on the album.
Impressed by the body of work, some industry influencers gave OBASE-ABOLI plaudits for a good job done.
He's combined all the forces around the West African sub-region and then African countries in general, infused in his music. So you can feel the voice of Richard Bona in there, Prince Nico Mbaga of the Sweet Mother fame, and then Kanta Bunguman. So he has encompassed all this very, voice texture to bring to bear his music production. The future is very, very bright. I mean, looking at
resolute for success, OBASE-ABOLI hopes to become a global brand and ultimately pursue unity through the rich rhythmic heritage on the African continent.
When I'm writing a song, it's always coming from the heart, and I'm looking for another heart that will relate. A Doesn't matter the number of people who listen. If one person can be touched and transformed by the song, that's what I go out for.
And that's it for entertainment. I need to hear for Alfred.
Well, honestly, I think that we should celebrate Kitty. We should.
Well, that's it for News 360. Thank you so much for your time. I am Portia Gabo.
My name is Alfred the Council. We're on 3FM 92.7 tomorrow morning from 5:55 a.m. to 10 a.m. Good evening.